Hey everybody! So today we're going to take a look at this really cool building set. It's Johnny Five from the classic 80s movie Short Circuit. Now I have not seen this movie, pretty much since the movie came out. It's been a very long time. I have a Blu-ray coming so I can rewatch it. But I've always wanted one of these, and especially in Short Circuit 2, they show these toy versions of Johnny Five, and I always wanted one of those. And now, thanks to 3D printing and all this other stuff, you can probably find a bunch of those now. But this is really cool. So this is a building set. It's kind of very similar to Lego, the same pieces like Lego. But this is from a company called Vonado, I guess is how you pronounce that. But it looks very cool. Looks like it's got a bluish kind of thing going on here. The details look pretty good. But what's really neat about this one is that it has a remote control. So you can have it app controlled, or they have a physical remote, which I always like those much better. I've talked about that before because you don't have to keep your eye on the screen. You can actually feel the buttons and you can actually watch the thing move around. So it does have some flexible arms. I think the arms you can manually move. I'm guessing the head is manually moved as well, where you can turn it. But it does have motorized treads. So just like on the show, his treads will move. So you can probably make him go forward, backward, left, and right. I'm guessing. I don't know if there's any other features on here. Looks really cool. The little track wheel on the back. Now, on the actual Johnny Five, it would rotate, but I think this one is fixed, unfortunately, but it does roll. But anyway, it looks pretty neat. Now, it has, what is this? 1,176 pieces. Well, that's quite a bit. So let's check out what the pieces look like. I'm curious. I'm thinking they're probably going to be lower quality than Lego, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all the bags. I just want to quickly see what these... Oh, okay, very good. So these bags are numbered, just like Lego. Now, the only thing is, I hope they actually follow the numbering, because I can't remember what set it was I built recently, but even though the bags were numbered, the pieces weren't the ones you used in the bag. It made no sense. I mean, why are you going to label the bags if you're not going to do it by like the way Lego does it with the bags? But I'm very glad to see this. I don't know how many there are. It looks like they're mostly small pieces. Ooh, these are nice. I got this rubber wheel back here. So you can see these are all exactly like Lego. I'll be interested to see how this goes together. Hopefully I'm not missing any pieces either. All right, well, I guess I'll get started on it. Okay, so I got quite a bit done so far, and I got to say this is going together pretty good. So here is Johnny Five's head. I like the way that looks. They even have this cool little section here. It looks kind of like his mouth, how that lights up in there. But this is very neat. Looks pretty accurate to him, too. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I'll have to go back and look. Now, the head does turn, but I'm concerned that there's this kind of drive shaft right here. You can see when it turns. I'm concerned that when he's connected to the other section here, because there is a gear that connects to this, I hope his head just doesn't turn, round and round all the time. I hope it would look kind of silly if his head was turning when he drives around. So I'll have to see what happens with that. If it does do that, I'll probably disconnect this somehow so that it just isn't going to turn at all. So I'll have to see how that goes. So that's very cool. You have 26 of these treads each. They kind of hurt your hands putting them together, but because they fit a little bit tighter, I would say, than the Lego pieces. And then here is the lower section of him. Now this is a pretty hefty chunk right here. And that is because this whole section is one piece, and that's where the motor and the battery is encased inside of there. And you just kind of build around it and kind of see how they add the little greebling and stuff like that. That's where you're going to charge him to USB, micro USB for that. This lights up red when it's charging, and I can't remember if it turns green when it's full or if it turns off. But it was pretty full. The battery was already pretty full. This is how this looks. Now, I do wish that this wheel here, I wish that it was like on the real Johnny Five, where this thing just kind of swivels. Instead, what they did is they used this metal ball. So it's kind of like a little, instead of actually having this swivel, that's how they did it. Now, as detailed as this is, I'm not really sure why they chose to go with this method instead of just have it turn like the real one. I think that would have been really cool if they did that. And I'm sure you can modify this to make it look more like the real deal. Sorry, I'm having a hard time staying focused on the main thing here. So, but yeah, I do wish they would have fixed that or made it, more authentic to the original. But this is a pretty solid thing. There is a bit of Technic on here that some people may not like that aren't big Technic fans. This is the tread section that I'm working on, and this is what I refer to. The tread section has a lot of Technic involved in it, and a lot of very intricate gears. I mean, there's a lot of gears going on in here. Now, I will say that the pieces on this are pretty good. You know, they're not, I wouldn't say they're top Lego quality, but they're not bad either. In fact, a lot of these alternative brands to Lego, they're really kind of starting to step up their game with this. And I'm really pleased to see it because it's good that Lego gets some competition because, man, they sure need it. But yeah, this is actually pretty decent. The instructions are good and clear. I mean, they're just like Lego instructions. There's some areas that get a little tricky. I screwed up on a couple sections here and on the other parts, but thankfully they're easily fixed. But just kind of really pay attention to what's going on. But yeah, very cool. All right, and then I just got the side panel here to put on. All right, well, so far this is going together good, and if there's anything else more interesting to show you, I'll cut in and show you, but otherwise, I'll just show you what it looks like when he's all finished. Okay, here he is all built. Boy, I gotta say, this is really cool. This is a really nice looking Johnny 5, and I will say he's bigger than I thought. I mean, you can see here, I'm not sure what the measurements are, but you can kind of judge just by my hand here. But the details are really nice. The way this went together was really, really good. As I mentioned, the pieces are actually pretty decent quality. And it's a very impressive model. I'm very impressed with the way this turned out. It's very, very cool. You got this little laser right here. I love this little tank thing over here. It's really awesome. Now his arms, you can adjust his arms like this. So these are fully adjustable and they go in and out as well. And then his elbows are ratcheted. So you can do that. And let's see, do the hands move? Well, the fingers are movable. I guess the wrist is posable as well. I didn't really pay attention. There is a ball joint right there. So yeah, his arms are very flexible. The head does move with the remote. Here's the remote control. That's what this looks like. So your typical, actually I think it goes this way. Forward, backward, left, right. I think these are what move the head. So I think the head is also motorized from what I can tell. But very, very cool. All right, well, let me get some close-ups so you can kind of see some of the detail on him. All right, so let's go and start with his feet. So I think there's 26 of these tread pieces that go on there. And I haven't tried this out yet. I don't even know how well he moves. So I guess we'll both find out together how this goes along. But you can see this whole construction of the bottom. Very cool. Even little details like this little curved section here that they threw in. Very nice. There's that ball thing down there. Yeah, I mean, this is really nice. The side paneling. I didn't realize these stick out so far forward. When I first put these on, I thought I did it wrong, but no, that's how it looks. That's that section I showed you earlier. There's even some detailing down inside this section here. I don't like that these ingots are held in just by one stud each. I think they should have used two just for stability purposes. But it's not like they're going to fall off. I mean, they're so far in there. I really like this tank-looking thing on the side. I didn't really notice that Johnny 5 has that. I got to go back and watch that movie. It's been a long time. I know he had that backpack kind of thing. There's more cool detailing here. There's the laser. Now, in the instructions, sometimes the laser looks like it's straight up and down, and other times it looks like it's angled. I think it depends on the way you installed that little post that's on the inside there. But I'm fine with it sticking up because it showed it both ways. So I'm fine with that too. There's some detailing on the side. Love the arms. You got a nice mix of some chrome pieces in here. Gray. Now on the instructions, this blue color and this gray color, it's really hard to tell unless you got bright lights shining down on your instructions, which colors are which. Sometimes I had a hard time trying to figure out what color I'm supposed to use. And there was one piece in there I had to actually tear apart because I got it wrong. So, because I had to switch it because I couldn't tell what color they are. So they are a little bit difficult to tell sometimes. There's the arms, his shoulders. I mean, he looks really, really good. There's the neck area. I like these little cables hanging down right there. Those little hydraulic things I showed you earlier. And then there's his face. I like the way they did his eyes. His eyebrows are posable, so you can make him look like he's, upset. It's really cool. So these are, and you can turn them, I think, this way too, if you want to turn them forward. So you can go like that. So it's neat that they kind of give you some posability there. I don't want him to look mad though, so I try to keep them in the downward position like that. Yeah, very, very cool. The head looks really pretty authentic there. Some greebling up at the top. You can kind of see some of the details up here. Yeah, it's kind of neat. All right, well, I'm sure you're excited to see them work, and so am I. So let's try them out, and hopefully everything works okay. All right, so now let's see if we can get them all set up. So let me see. I'm guessing I have to power him up first. Let me push this button. See, can you see where I'm at here? So let me push that. Oh, okay, there's a little blue light blinking down there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is a blue light blinking in there. Now we're going to turn this on. You can see the blue light on this. And then it looks like that just connected, I'm hoping. All right, let's see if this is going to work. I hope it does. Let's have them go backward. Ooh. Okay, so it looks like... Oh, okay. How do I make them go? Oh, it's kind of weird how they got this. Normally that would just go forward, but instead it turns him. To make him go straight, you have to push this one and this one at the same time. Not sure I like that. It's very confusing. So there's backwards, that's forwards. You turn him this way. He works good. He's a little shaky. Yeah, okay, so let me get him more in camera over here. Let's see, I'm not used to the way this remote works. I'm not really a fan of this. Yeah, I'm trying to get used to it. Okay, so that's backwards. That's turn. This is... How do you make him go? Oh, okay, forward. Wow. I don't know. I wonder if there's a way to change this. Let me mess with it a little bit here. Okay, so yeah, the instructions tell you to do it that way, so it's really screwy. I've never seen it where you have to push this one and this one to make him go forward, and then this one and this one to go backwards, and then just turning backwards this way and then the other way. And then let's see, this one turns it this way and that way. So it's just really screwy. I wish they would have just had it the standard way. So I'm not a big fan of that. Let me move him forward here and turn him. Now you can turn his head with these two buttons. You can turn his head. That's actually pretty neat. I did see that the head was motorized, but I didn't know that it had its own control. So I guess that's kind of neat, actually, that they do that. So you can kind of drive them around. If you can kind of get the hang of it. He rolls really good, though. I gotta say, he rolls really good. He's a little wobbly, but that's okay. You know, if you watch the movie, because he's so spindly, is for the lack of a better way to say it, he kind of has just that kind of a little bit of a wobbly kind of thing to him. It's very cool, though. Now, I did notice that his little laser here does have a ball joint on it, so you can angle this. Remember I was saying I thought it was only straight based on that way that you got the post in there, but no, there's a ball joint on here. Because I do kind of like it leaning on his shoulder a little bit, like that. But I do like it. It's cool. I just don't really like the way this works. Now, there is an app. You can download the app as well. And you can control them that way. But I always prefer these remote controls that are physical remotes. I just think they're better. Boy, he's really kind of shaky, isn't he? I'm guessing he doesn't work that great on the carpet because of that back caster wheel. I like him. I think he's neat. So, yes, I'm very impressed with this. Now, I don't know how long he lasts on these batteries. The rechargeable battery, I think they said it takes about an hour and a half to fully charge him. Kind of getting the hang of steering him around now. Turn him this way a little bit. Yeah. All right, this is neat. In the second movie, the Short Circuit 2 movie, they had these cool toy versions of him, which I think were probably a little bit bigger than this. And I always wanted one of those ever since I saw that movie. And I do think that there are people that are 3D printing those things now. But I really like this one a lot, considering it's a brick building set. Very cool. I like it. Still got to get used to the way he drives a little bit. All right, very cool. I'm pretty impressed with this. All right, well, I am very, very impressed with this. I really like this Johnny 5. I just found it by accident on Amazon. It just kind of popped up when I was shopping around on there, and I was like, hey. And so I am very impressed with it. So Vonado is the name of the company that makes this. And it's very cool. A little bit challenging to build, but it went together really good. The pieces are really nice. No weird, connections where the things don't fit right or anything. The pieces are actually quite good. It retails for $70. It was on sale for like $68.98. So maybe you'll still find it on sale. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. This is not a sponsored video. It's just something I found that I thought was really cool. But I've always, well, you know how much I love robots. And so, of course, Johnny 5 is another one of these classic movie robots that, you just kind of got to have. Number 5 is alive. No disassemble and all that other stuff. I haven't seen that movie. I can't wait to see it. I bought it on Blu-ray. I still like to buy Blu-rays because I like to have a physical copy of the movies. And you get all the cool behind-the-scenes bonus material. And that's what I really like more than anything is the behind-the-scenes stuff. But I really love this. This is such a cool Johnny 5. I love this thing. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend it if you're a fan of the movie or if you just want something fun to build for the day. It took me quite a few hours to put this together, but I'm a slow builder. But I love it. All right, well, that's it for this video. If you like this kind of stuff, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'd very much appreciate it. And until the next time, I'll see you on the next video. So thanks again for watching and have a good one.